I'm 72 years old, and I'm gonna start dating again.
Dating after a divorce can be so difficult, just so ghetto. Dating in 20...
I want to know if it's even possible to find love after 45.
The story begins and always ends the same. The enemy here is marriage itself.
Can somebody please explain to me why dating in your 40s sucks so much?
Starting life over at 60 after 35 years of marriage is definitely a challenge.
Divorced, mom of 3.
Reality wins again. Some of these women really shouldn't have left their husbands. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
Do you think it's worth dating after divorce? So I started dating right after my marriage ended, and if I could go back, I would have waited.
I met my soulmate just 3 months after my divorce.
This is a huge thing my divorced clients struggle with when it comes to dating and putting themselves back out there. They are concerned that they are going to be perceived in a certain way because of the divorce, that they don't know how to have successful relationships, that they have baggage and aren't desirable, that there must be something wrong with them if they couldn't make it work.
Well, those are legit concerns. And it makes sense for them to be concerned about getting a man, because what man would want to deal with a woman in that situation? These women often bring baggages after divorce, and it's not just emotional. It can include financial issues, unresolved conflict with their ex, or even responsibilities like children that a new partner has to consider. When these women go out there to date, it's difficult because most men out here don't want to pick up the load.
Y'all keep asking me why my daddy's single, but have you been on a date nap? Like, honest to God, I haven't had date naps in my phone in like 2 years. And I would never do it again. I would rather eat hot garbage with a spoon from a trap house than to ever download another date nap.
Dating after a divorce can be so difficult. Like, there's dating stages, there's talking stages, there's situationships. Like, it's just so ghetto. Dating in 2024. But I want to let y'all in on something. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So, don't give up.
Sadly, honestly, and I really mean this sadly, I think I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. But honestly, I've been on Match.com and it absolutely has sucked for me. It sucks. 5 minutes into the conversation, all he did was talk about himself, his ex-girlfriend who lives in LA. I'm going to just live my best life. But sadly, this fabulous lady is probably going to not ever be with a man again. What can I say? I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss because the truth is I would like to spend, I don't even want to get married. I don't even think I want to get married again. I just didn't even want to live with someone. I just want to have someone to hang out with and do other things. I just don't see it happening. So please feedback me.
I'm 50 and have accepted I will be alone for the rest of my days. I rather be alone than settle for less than I deserve. I am completely in the same boat. I'm 53 in May and dating sucks. This is just the reality for women 50 and up who are dating. They're struggling because they can't find suitable partners at their age. Many of them end up telling themselves that they're happy, even though deep down they're not. They try to fill the void by looking for companionship in dogs and cats, substituting human connection with the unconditional love of pets because they can't find the connection they're truly searching for. As they navigate the dating world, these women often face rejection or indifference, which can take a toll on their confidence and emotional well-being. The truth is, the dating pool for women in their 50s shrinks significantly, and the men available are often looking for youth. They aren't interested in commitment with these women or the set of issues they come with.
Y'all, I've officially been divorced for 4 years. That's insane. That also means I've been dating unsuccessfully for 4 years. My ex is remarried already. More power to him. For the love of God, someone get me off these streets.
Divorced, mom of 3. Living in Los Angeles,
where dating is a cesspool.
I just can't understand why it's hard out here for us good women. I don't understand. I'm looking for a good man. It's not like I'm out here looking to change people or anything like that. I've done the work on myself. Last year, I went through a huge weight loss journey, and a guy that I dated last month, I went out with him twice, and both times he was like, "You don't look like your photos look like you were a lot thinner than what you were in person." What? Are we doing this? Are we really doing that? I don't know why this is hard. I went out for the girlfriend tonight, and we were talking about, well, what is it that I need to work on? Because obviously there's something wrong with me because I'm not able to figure out how to be in a healthy, good relationship. And she was like, "Emily, what's wrong with you?"
I'm sure she initiated the divorce thinking there was someone better out there, and found out that there aren't guys lined up to date her. Us good men have decided to stay single in peace. I think that's your answer to where are the good men at? We're scared to get hurt and lose half again. Welcome to what every male has experienced since grade school. Why are they surprised when someone doesn't want a relationship with them when they started out with obvious deception? I don't know why she's still trying to figure it out. That guy spelled it out clearly for her. She mentioned she's looking for a good man, but the truth is she already had a good man and let him get away. It's ironic, really. So many women want what they've already had but didn't value when they had it. Dating after divorce is difficult indeed, but trying to deceive a man with old pictures only makes it worse. Men aren't blind. They can spot the difference between an old, heavily filtered photo and reality. When women do this, it shows a lack of authenticity and signals insecurity, which immediately turns men off. If she's already starting off with deception, what does that say about the relationship she's hoping to build?
What is the hardest part about being single in your 50s? Is it that you still remember how great it felt to fall in love and think about getting married and having kids? Is it that we have had so many bad experiences in a marriage that we're now divorced and we don't want to repeat them? What is it? What makes this so hard? We are all looking for the same thing. We all want to be happy, at peace, and possibly have somebody to share it with. Why is it so hard?
Guys, let me tell you something. When you're in your 20s, do not settle. Because have you guys seen the rate of divorce? The divorce rates? They're so high. And a lot of the times, people get married when they're so young and end up getting divorced in their 30s or 40s because they settled. At this point, I don't ever want to get married. Like, I literally just want to be with someone. And if it doesn't work out, okay, we break up. That's that. No paperwork, no lawyers, nothing like that. Like, come on, guys. We have to be smarter in this relationship climate. It is not good. We have to be smarter. I'm not losing money for a man. I'm not doing that.
Well, it is mostly women who are initiating these divorces, and most of the time they're walking away with half, if not close to everything. So I think men have smartened up, enough to realize that marriage is often a waste of their time and efforts. When you look at how the system is structured, it's no wonder men are increasingly opting out. For many men, marriage feels like a one-sided gamble. The statistics don't lie. Women initiate around 70% of divorces, and when it happens, they often come out ahead financially, thanks to alimony, child support, and the division of assets.
Be honest, if you saw me playing at the park with my kid, would you come say hi?
I agree. You shouldn't ever date divorced people. Please promise me you won't date divorced people. Let us be free of you. It's your fool's errand, so don't do it. Please, do you promise not to date divorced people? Thank you.
No problem. Okay, let's talk about ghosting and dating. I am new to the dating world. I was married in a relationship for almost 30 years and recently divorced. And I had my first real dating experience. So we met on a dating app on one of the other social media platforms. And it was really cool. We talked on the phone a lot. He was so great at conversation. He had a lot to say. He shared a lot. I knew he was super busy and has a lot going on in his life, which again I was okay with because I wasn't looking for anything that was all the time, every day, any kind of thing like that. I'm a little older than him, but neither one of us had a problem with that. Just one day from a couple of days before of us having conversation, just everything stopped.
This is what happens to women who've been married for a long time and end up back on the dating scene. They face a whole new world of dating, one that's confusing and harsh. They start experiencing things like ghosting, which can be shocking for them because it's not something they're used to. It's crazy enough to think someone getting divorced after 30 years. That's such a long time to suddenly start over. Why did you leave your husband? For these women, after decades of being married, the dating world feels completely different. Men often look for younger women, making it harder for older women to find someone who's serious. On top of that, modern dating is fast, impersonal, and focused on things like hookups and appearances.
Girl, I get it. Trust me. After being married for almost 2 decades, I don't really want to try to get to know anybody. But how are we going to date and actually be in a committed relationship if I don't try to get to know them?
I want to know if it's even possible to find love after 45 and divorce. I really do want to know because I'm losing my hope. So what I see is you meet someone and you get along. It seems like, it's a match. But there's a little inclination of connection. Maybe this is something that you want to go with. Then they run away. I don't understand it. So then why are we out there trying to find someone for ourselves if we're going to run away from it? Really, seriously, people. Why are we doing this? I mean, waste of my time, waste of your time. If it's only for, connection overnight, there are sites for that. Go for on those sites and just, have your connection for the night and be on your way. But if you're saying you're looking for love and you're going on dates, then you're running as soon as you hear connection. What's up with that? Tell me.
It is absolutely possible to find love after 45. It will just be more difficult. In this woman's case, she's being ghosted, a frustrating and all too common experience that many men are already familiar with. But at 45, things look very different for women, especially when they find themselves competing with younger women who often dominate the dating scene. Younger women are often perceived as more desirable due to their age, looks, and perceived lack of baggage, which puts older women at a disadvantage, especially in a culture that highly values youth. Some women in this situation also end up single at an older age because they didn't prioritize settling down when they had the chance. Maybe they were focused on their careers, personal freedom, or simply weren't in the right place emotionally to commit. Now, when they're ready to find a partner, the reality is that many of them just aren't able to, because the dating pool has shrunk significantly and the men they are interested in are either already in relationships or the men they're running into aren't looking for anything serious.
The first breakup after a divorce will possibly be the worst breakup of your life. It will make you question everything that you thought you knew. And yes, it could possibly have you crying for days, maybe weeks, from what I've heard, because it was possibly the first time that you have felt something in so long.
One of the hardest things to do after a long-term relationship, whether it's just dating or marriage or separation, is get back on the saddle and start dating. And particularly for when you're a woman of a particular age, it's not easy. And I can tell you that when I started dating and I found myself in situations that were not the best, I would cry and say, I was not meant to be doing this at this stage of my life. But I will tell you, you have to push through it, because it's the only way that you're going to learn things about yourself. And it's the only way that you're going to lose the fear and any other hang-ups that you have about getting out there in the field. At the end of the day, we all want love and we're all looking for someone. And once you're ready, and that's another thing, there's no right time for anything, but once you're ready, just get out there and do it. And just know that it's not easy, and there's going to be moments of pain, for sure. Moments of pain. But good luck.
This is called hitting the wall, and it's a wake-up call for many women who find themselves struggling in the dating world later in life. This is why it's crucial for women to date with purpose in their prime years, making thoughtful decisions about relationships and understanding the long-term implications of their choices. Instead of chasing fleeting excitement or idealized fantasies, prioritizing stability and genuine connection can prevent them from facing these struggles down the line. For women, it's also important to try and work out their marriages before deciding to leave. Many marriages end over issues that could be resolved with communication, compromise, and effort. Walking away might seem like the easier option at the time, but the reality of starting over at 50 is often far more challenging than expected. Divorce might bring temporary relief, but it's rarely the simple fresh start many envision. But I just have to ask, are they looking for love, or are they looking for help?
To the next man that comes into my life, please don't ever tell me that I'm amazing. You see, every single man that came before you said the same thing. And in that very breath, they also broke my heart. You're amazing, but I'm going to betray you, lie to your face, and break you down into a shell of the person that you were when I met you. You're amazing, but I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Even though I tell you I love you, even though I brought you around my family, I still want to like half-naked girls' pictures on Instagram and keep a roster of women you know nothing about. You're amazing, but when you become inconvenient, I'm going to ignore you and then dump you over text. So please don't tell me I'm amazing. That just means you're going to hurt me.
Ma'am, if you fall for those words over and over again, then it's time to seriously work on yourself and understand why you're drawn to the same type of men. Well, they do say women fall in love with words, but repeating the same mistakes and expecting different results will only leave you feeling more disappointed and frustrated. Those men were probably players who were only looking for a good time and not a long time or a long-term commitment. They knew the right things to say to get what they wanted, but their actions clearly showed they were never serious. If you keep attracting or entertaining these types of men, it's worth reflecting on your boundaries, self-esteem, and the patterns that might be leading you to make these choices.
I know a lot of men out there that would love to be married again, like they would do it in a heartbeat.
Are you stupid?